Good morning, gardening friends. It's Amy here. Today is June the 20th. I just wanted to show you around what is growing in my garden at the moment, especially the roses that were not in my previous video. Let's start off from this corner. As you can see here, I have more seedlings than in my last video, I believe. These three trays here are foxglove seedlings that I have pricked out from this pot here. So foxgloves were growing here, they self-seeded, and so I discovered that little baby seedlings were growing here. So I pricked them out. I'm gonna share one tray with my sister for her lovely garden, and then I'm gonna plant these out probably later in the season when they're a little bit bigger. These tubs here are petunia cuttings that I'm trying to propagate. So let's see how they would turn out. I added a new rose here. I really hope that she'll do well here. I chopped down a big tree in this section, so it should be getting more sunlight, but look at the gorgeous color. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but wow. So this one's new to me. It's a very long name. I chose it because of its coloring. It's a own root rose. When I first got it home and I found it on Facebook Marketplace from a seller there, it didn't look super healthy, a little bit on the dry side, but after a few days of being in the garden and we've had a lot of rain, she's looking much happier now. I made some changes to this garden. I added these delphiniums here. I just found that it was lacking a little bit of color. So I hope that by adding those delphiniums, they will have more color and it would look better. So it's morning, it's gorgeous, the sun is out, but I think it might interfere a little bit with the coloring of the flowers. But let's see. I have here my dahlias that's finally in bloom. This one I mentioned before that I started from tubers, and it's a dark color variety. So pretty. I think the sun is making it look a little bit more orangey, but it's actually deep burgundy. So I have 3 of those color in the garden. They came in a variety pack that I started from tubers. And here I have a variety of different plants. My mini roses are doing amazing. They haven't been blooming for a while, but they are putting on a lot of new growth. As you can see here, the lighter color growth is new growth. Same thing with this one here. Oh, my begonias are doing amazing. I found a 3rd one recently. I absolutely adore this color, and this one, unlike the other begonias, the vintage pink and the red that I had in these spots, they were being scorched by the sun, but this peach color one is loving life and doing so well. I haven't tried putting in full sun yet. I'm a little bit worried that I may not be able to take the full sun, but definitely half or partial sun, they do amazingly well. My spirea, it's in bloom right now. I love the coloring. So lighter leaf color with the pink bloom. My clematis that was climbing up here, it is now done blooming. I still have a bit of wisteria left. Love this color, so pretty. So I think in my last video, I showed that a lot of my roses in this middle section here, which are grown in pots, were budding up. So I've discovered, I don't know if it's weather related or pest related, but I did have issues with thrifts in the past, and I think this year I suspect that I also have them too. So a lot of the blooms, like this one right here, they were not looking very healthy. So I made a very difficult decision of pruning down all of, or most, the majority of the flower buds in this section here, just to reset it and allow it time to recover and to push out new growth, which some of them have started to do. For example, like this one right here, you can see here the lighter color growth there, that's new growth. So I've done it with this section, so it will delay flowering for several weeks, which I'm totally fine with as long as the plant itself is healthy. But there are a few roses that are in bloom which are super gorgeous. My Coco Loco is looking amazing. This one's an older bloom, so she is a little bit more, what is it called, mauve color or more darker color. This one's also an older bloom. I absolutely adore Coco Loco. And then also my Fun in the Sun, let me see if I can reach in there, is in bloom now. This is a tree form one. And isn't she gorgeous? So a lot of buds still haven't opened yet, but she should be opening soon. So this is the second year in my garden. It's a pretty tall tree actually, but because it's being covered, you go all the way from here, one of the taller ones I have in my collection. Second year only, and she wintered, overwintered, sorry, in my unheated garage last season. Princess Anne is about done blooming. This is a older cluster. This one is kind of about done too. Very fragrant. The blooms are a little bit on the smaller side, but I do absolutely love this color. And my reminiscent coral is finally in bloom. Look at her. This year she seems more peachy than pink. I think I recall her being more pink last year, but she is supposed to be coral, so beautiful. Look at her buds, they're ginormous. Look at this cluster. Not a tremendous amount of bloom. It's only her second year in my garden, and she is planted in a terracotta pot, but she's doing really well. So let's swing over here. Oh yes, I don't think Twilight Zone was in bloom in my last video, but here it is. Look at the color. The sun is actually making it look really light, but when it's a cloudy day, it's a deeper, darker color. First year in the garden, doing amazingly well. And then right beside her here on the left is Delish. This one suffered a lot of winter damage, but she is bouncing back. And look at her bloom. So that one's an older bloom. This one is just about to open. Oh, I think the sun is making it, the color a little bit bright. But yeah, she is so pretty. Few is finally blooming. This one self-seeds quite a bit, but it's easy to pull them out. Oh, my mini rose here. I'm really surprised I chose this color. It's really bright orange or reddish orange, but it does add a nice pop of color, so I'm just gonna leave her alone. So these are mini roses. As I mentioned in my previous video, I collect them. These are typically available February-ish for Valentine's Day, and then I think Mother's Day as well. I experimented, planted them in the ground. This one is also a mini rose. I can't remember what color. I think it's a lighter color, but they overwinter for me, which very pleasant surprise. This one, let me get, okay, much better. So my Pretty Lady, which is this pink one right here, is finally in bloom. And look how pretty she is planted beside the dark purple clematis here. This one is called, what is it called again? Polish Spirit. The two go so well together. So this year, Pretty Lady doesn't have as much blooms as in previous year, but she's quite healthy looking. So I'm hoping that next year, once she is fully recovered from rabbit and winter damage from 2 seasons ago, she will do or produce more blooms. And then we have here Dark Desire, first bloom. Once again, the sun is making her look quite light in color, but she's a very deep, dark red, almost burgundy-ish color. Gorgeous color. I'm not sure what the reason is, but she's not doing that well this year. Not a lot of branches. Not a lot of blooms either. Not sure what's going on with her there, but she is pushing a new growth right here, which is a good sign. My dark burgundy dahlias is blooming finally. They seem kind of late this year because I started them indoors hoping that they would give me flowers early, but yeah, they're just starting to bloom now. Delaney's sister, excuse me, Delaney's sister is budding up. She's coloring, but she is not blooming at the moment. And then this pink one right here is new to me. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce her name right, but is Schoen made. I think it's a Germany variety. New, like I said, first year in the garden. She's doing really well. She is suffering from a bit of powdery mildew though. It's a very similar coloring to reminiscent coral, peachy pinkish. And look at her powdery mildew. I am not sure what is going on here. I haven't sprayed her down yet. I'm not sure if I should. I think I should wait until she finished flowering before I spray her down. And then my summer romance here, it should be opening in the next few days. She's happy. Look at the new growth. Yeah, she was in the ground, was not happy. I dug her up and she is super happy right now. This one is new to me, Living Coral. She should be blooming the next few days. Super excited to see her because I have never grown her before. She's still a small plant, but she is looking quite healthy. Here's a new growth with a flower bud on it. And then there's another new growth. So an example of what I meant in terms of sacrificing a stem with bloom so that it will branch is this right here. If you can see, this now has two stems, two new growth instead of one that I had originally. So most of my young plants or roses that I've added this year, I have decided to try this method to see if it would help the plant fill out more and quicker this year. So far, not all roses I've noticed do this, but majority, they will send out two new growth, adding on to the stem of the rose. So super excited about that. Oh yes, Juliet is a very long-lasting bloom. First year growing her, I was very impressed at how long her bloom lasted. And look, she's sending out new growth here. Still a very young plant, but she's looking healthy and happy and should be giving me a few more flower buds here. Miyabi, new one to me as well. Forming some flower buds. This one should be opening in the next few days. Her coloring is so pretty. Her coloring is very similar to Distant Drums. Notting Hill, I've been waiting so long for this one to bloom. It's all budded up. Look at how big, I don't know if you can tell, but her flower bud is ginormous. So she has 3 here that should be opening up in the next few days. So that's Notting Hill, a new one. I added quite a lot of new roses this year to my collection. Yeah, I don't even know where I'm going to store them, to be honest with you, but we shall see. This is Darlington, budded up. This one is also new to me this year. This one has a nice cluster right here. It's supposed to be a lighter color flower rose, but this one kind of is coming out pinkish, so we shall see once she opens up what color she really is, because sometimes they do come out one color or bud it up one color and then bloom a different color. Princess Alexandra of Kent is done, or pretty much done, so I pruned her back. Hopefully she'll give me a second flush in a few weeks. So this section, I made some changes. I'm not sure if you recall, I had a cluster of lamb's ear here, also right here, but gosh, that the lamb's ear was crazy aggressive, taking over and covering so many of the other surrounding plants. So I've decided to dig it up and gift it. And then in its place, I have purchased some salvias here. I really love and find it quite pleasing to plant blue purple coloring flowers with pink flowers. So this one is new. I added another one here. I think I added several of these this variety or this coloring in my garden this year. And then once I dug out the lamb's ear, I have now placed Gabriel Oak in this corner. So Gabriel Oak is a deep pink color rose. I think it should do really well in terms of matching or play well with the surrounding roses. Modern Blush is about done. I should prune her back about this height, and then she should be able to flush out again in several weeks. Really happy about this one. So I have been searching for this flower. I think it's called Orlea for 2 years, and I could not find a plant available at the nursery or even seeds. And this year I found her at one of my favorite nursery, Vandermeer in Ajax, and I am super happy with her. I don't think she survives the winter here, but I'm hoping to collect her seed, and then I hope that she self-seeds so that I have more of her next year. This is Cosmic Clouds, I think she with an S. Her coloring's so pretty. First year in the garden. So she's still very young, so not a lot of blooms as of right now, but she is showing sign of pushing out new growth, that one right here. So I think next year I should have a lot more blooms. I tucked in a dahlias right here. It's actually grown in a terracotta pot right here because that spot was a bit empty. It's a variety I grew from either tuber or seeds, because all of my dahlias this year were grown from either tuber or seed. So I'm looking forward to see what color that would be. And of course, this is Party Hardy. She is crazy. I wouldn't call her aggressive. That's not the right word. That's not a nice word to describe her. She flowers like crazy. Look at her. She is either second or third. I want to say third year in my garden. She's doing really well. Rarely any problems with her in terms of diseases on her leaves. So she's quite healthy, and her blooms last quite long. So her old blooms will look like this. So I will be pruning off this cluster soon. And then this is what her new cluster or new bloom looks like. I really enjoy her in my garden. I love this color as well. It plays well with so many other colors. Let's see over here. Oh yes, you know what I should mention? I think I mentioned before. I have All Dressed Up also right beside her, and because she's so aggressive or so vigorous, she is somewhat covering All Dressed Up. But All Dressed Up is budding up right here. So she should be blooming next week or the week after. And there's another cluster of All Dressed Up right there. All Dressed Up is a pink, lighter pink color. She's super pretty. Another trait of seedlings that I am growing here. These are rose cutting, and I'm so terrible at propagating rose cutting, but gosh, look at that. Super excited. Look at the white roots. Finally, 3 that made it. Another mini rose of mine that is now in bloom, dark red. I'm really surprised these have survived my winter, because we get pretty cold weather, wet, cold, long winter. So very happy. First year experimenting with these in the ground. Sadly, my Easy Does It it's done blooming. These are her her old blooms. I will be pruning these off after today, but I have a video of her when she was at her peak, so I might be able to insert that. Another dahlia is right here. It's also in a pot that I tucked in there just to fill up that spot. I have no idea what color it is. I think it's a variety pack that is white and purple, if I'm not mistaken. So in the coming days, it is budded up, so I should be seeing flowers soon. Oh, look at this one. It's not really fully open yet, but look at the color. This is not Twilight. Oh my gosh, why am I saying Twilight Zone? This is Monkston Wood, one that I've had on my wish list for 2-3 years. Finally got my hands on it, and gosh, look at that. Whoops, so pretty. So normally I don't let one stem grow like this, but because it's a new rose, I wanted to make sure I got the right color. So I'm gonna let this one flower, and then I will be pruning it way down so that it will encourage new growth from these branches as well, because I think if I leave this one alone and let it stay tall, these ones will not grow new growth, even though I do see one right here. But yeah, I think a rule of thumb, you're supposed to cut them so that they're a little bit even. So another one I did prune earlier to encourage branching is this one right here. This is Sunbelt Plum Perfect, and this is exactly what I'm looking for. I prune them back so that they branch out, and then usually I get 2 or 3 if I'm lucky. This one has 3, one right here, one here, and one here. So this will make the plant itself fuller. I am sacrificing blooms, and I am setting it back, delaying the blooming time by several weeks, but I'm okay with that. Oh, another gorgeous one. This is Sun Funny in the Sun. I almost forgot her name. Look at her coloring. So pretty. Oh my goodness. So I have found something interesting. I have 2, right? So this one is the shrub variety, and then across there is the tree form. I am finding that the shrub one is a little bit darker in color. I wonder if it's because she's more shaded. So her coloring is a little bit different from the one that receives more sun. That would be my best guess. And then I tucked in a delphinium, similar one as the one by my back entrance there. Looks so pretty. And that purple one there from I think it's a bellflower. So funny enough, this one flops all over the place every year. So I have tried to kill it several times by yanking it out of the ground, and she comes back regardless of what I do. So I guess she stays. I do not like flopping flowers. The ones that I have to constantly stake, it requires too much maintenance. I tend not to plant those, and then if I do try them out, I remove them if they become too much work for me. This is Dancing in the Dark. She's all budded up here. Her sister there, I have 2 plants right beside each other. She's also all budded up. I absolutely love the blooms on Dancing in the Dark, and the blooms last so long. Super excited to see her flower soon. And then this one's a new one. This one is supposed to be Cathedral Bells. I think it's supposed to be a light pink color rose, but the buds are really dark. So I don't know if I've gotten the right plant or was it mislabeled, but I guess I'll find out in a few days. I did prune back the other branch on her several weeks ago, and as you can see, she is producing new growth, and I'm getting 2 new branches, I should be, from the site that I pruned off. And then I have here Peach Glory. Let me just get out of the sun. Peach Glory is finally in bloom. I love this color. Look at that. and she grows in a cluster. She's looking super healthy this year. I waited 2 seasons for her to recover, and she's doing so well. The dark dahlias that I grew from tuber, this one flowered the earliest, but is flopping a little bit, and it looks like I need to prune off that bloom soon. I did put a stake there. I will be tying it up soon. Oh, here's my second Coco Loco. The blooms on this one seems very small for some reason. And see, if you look closely, excuse me, this is either from sun scorching it or it's from pest damage such as thrips. I don't know. I haven't seen the actual thrips itself, but it may have been caused by it. I really don't know. But yeah, this one, look at the coloring on it. My goodness, absolutely stunning. And this one too. This is her second year in my garden, and she's planted in a pot. And this is a new bud. Her color does change depending on the temperature and the weather. Sometimes she's very brown, sometimes she's more mauvey purple. And here's another example why I think I have pest issue. That's making my roses look terrible. Look at this, terrible. I am on the verge of wanting to prune all of the branches off because I just think the blooms are not that pretty at the moment. So this one is what, the Mill on the Floss. Second year in my garden. First year she did not bloom that well for me either. This year she's not looking any better, to be honest with you. I can't say I've been completely happy with her. Yeah, a little bit disappointed actually in terms of her performance. So yes, that is it for my video today, a short one. Just wanted to show what is currently in bloom. Not a tremendous amount of blooms because I've sacrificed quite a few of them in this middle section. But I think in the next few weeks I should have a good flush coming out, and then I'll do a highlight video of them when they start to bloom again. I hope you are enjoying your weekend. The weather here is glorious and beautiful. We're only in the 20s this weekend, so I absolutely love this weather. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Bye now. See you in my next video.